but don't touch it, people. I think it's plastic. I mean, don't eat it anyway. That would not be good. We would not be serving a poison cake here. So. Now, remember how I said the Sterlings hated cypress? They wanted to get rid of it, cover it up. Well, all the mantles in the original home were made out of cypress, but they stripped those. We don't have them anymore. This one is replaced with slate, faux painted to look like malachite. And we later found out that malachite also helps ward off the spirits. So I know, Rich. Trying to cover all her bases. I mean, didn't do her too well, but she tried. Made for effort. But...
I don't get it. Cypress is nice wood.
Now the medallions above the chandeliers. Those are acanthus leaves. I'm sorry, they symbolize heaven in Greek mythology, and they're carved to create the illusion that a breeze is flowing throughout the room. But the breeze would have been created from that contraction over there on the wall. In India, it's called a punka, but down in the south, we like to call it a shoe fly. And that one is way too big for this room. Ours probably would have been about a third of the size, and when hung in between these two chandeliers, there'd be a rope going off to the corner where a little boy, he'd be pulling on that rope, creating a breeze back and forth to shoo the flies away from the food.
It's like a fan.
Yep, exactly, shoe fly. Now, does anybody know what these little bowls are used for? Little tiny ones?
Crawfish dip.
That's a good guess.
Is that the cute? I love the sugar.
Well, it's actually used for salt. It's called a salt cellar. Because back in the day, salt was super expensive. Most of the time, only used for preserving food. But if you came in and saw you were dining with a family that had these little bowls at the head of their dishware set, you knew you were dining with an extremely wealthy family.
Yeah.
Because not only could they preserve their food with salt, but they could also flavor it with salt.
Wow.
Salt would come on a block, they'd shave it off into this bowl, there'd be a little spoon in there, and they can just scoop as much salt as they
Well,
want.
they could have just ran down to Avery Islands and got some.
Now, I don't know if we have any movie buffs in this room, but I'm sure these curtains may look a little familiar. I don't know. Does anybody know the movie? It's a really old movie. I've seen it once and I won't see it again. So.
I don't know, that movie about the myrtle?
It is actually Gone with the Wind.
Oh, really?
Yep. Or Carol Burnett and her skit, just a preference. But the Sterlings didn't have these curtains, but they did have curtains. And they had enough money to pile this excess fabric down here on the floor for no reason at all.
Wow.
It can collect dust, you can step on it. That technique is called puddling. And it said an inch on the floor equals about $1 million in today's wealth. Wow. So, yeah, that's a lot of money right there. I'd be the home with no curtains, let me tell you. Right. Yeah. Now that buffet table over there, it's for the ladies. It's called a petticoat buffet. See, it has those mirrors down there at the bottom. Because, I don't know, let's say you're sitting down, you get up, and your skirt gets trapped on all those areas that have one underneath. If your ankles were showing, you can step in front of that mirror, adjust your skirt, and then head on into the ladies' parlor without anybody noticing.
Wow.
I know, I really like it. It's very clever. Kind of sly dogs, like a few girls. Now, I also have to mention that this is the kids' favorite room to play in. They absolutely love it. You know, you see all this fine china. Can't have little kids running around that. So they have their own dining room. But in the afterlife, they like to hide underneath the table, come out, and tie people's shoelaces. And they can go through double, triple knots, anything, y'all. Trust me. They're going to get it undone. I mean, again, they've had over 200 years of practice. Also, if you see the chandelier shaking or swinging, that is them as well, because they're little monkeys. They want to have some fun. So not somebody up above us, just somebody in this room that we can't see. That is a fun thought. Now take pictures, look around, take pictures of the mirror, because honestly, you never know people. And whenever all done, we're going to head into the ladies' parlor.
That's a fly thing. That's what she said. It would be hanging like on a rope, and a little boy would be. It would be on like, and then you pull a rope and it would swing over the table and shoot the flies off the food. She said that one's way too big, but that's what. But what I'm amazed with is this serving tray right here. Look, you could put like your rice, your gravy, your meat, and it's all in one bowl on the table, and you just take the lid off and get what you need.
Right.
Yeah. There's your butter warmer. You see what I'm talking about? Like ours, the butter warmer. Hey, that would go with my spatula. My spatula I got at home. I bet you that's a really expensive spatula, and I cook with it all the time.
Alright, so welcome to the ladies' parlor. But while this is also a ladies' parlor, it can be converted into a ballroom. You see the ladies' and the gentlemen's parlor built to look exactly alike. Same fireplace and everything. Stretches 55 feet across. These windows, they're called jib windows. They raise up into a little pocket on the ceiling, so they just slide on up. Those doors would have been on removable hinges. Take those off, clear all the furniture out. You have a big open ballroom as well as the porch, right? You can imagine the Sterlings and their wealth. They want their house to be known as the party house of the Felicianas, and I think they achieved that. Because some people who stay in the Woodruff Suite, the one above the foyer,
Open it up.
say they can still hear the parties going on. They can hear crystal clinking, laughter, footsteps to the tempo of a dance, and they will come down here to find this room is locked, dark, with nobody in here.
Wow.
You can imagine, like an orchestra on the front lawn, the hoop skirts, the whole 9 yards. I would have loved to attend one, sadly, can't do that anymore. I can hear them, I just can't see them, so a little bump, but that's okay.
I don't get the ceiling, the
Now remember
plates
how I said the
that they
Sterlings
put on
like
with
to
the lights.
faux paint things?
The old folks
Well,
don't
this
want that.
fireplace is not faux painted. This is real Italian marble. I mean, yeah, you can, yeah, that's sturdy right there, right? And I think it's too beautiful to be faux painted.
It's kind of a small
The fireplace
fireplace.
is awfully small.
Yes,
Yeah, does anybody want to take a guess of why it's so small?
maybe for children. I don't know.
Well, they are short, I do have to say. A lot of people say, oh, they didn't need that much heat. I mean, it's Louisiana, it's kind of hot down here. But it had to do with their wealth, again. Because it's way too easy to go outside, chop down a tree. That's free lumber. Simple, right? Well, the Sterlings would import coal from up the Mississippi River, have it travel down by boat, purchase it, and then double it because you got another one over there. You gotta throw it in, you got a coal burning fire. So, would have never thought about that.
Coal?
Coal, yep.
Wow.
This is a coal burning fireplace.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, again. They never thought
Like a
about
barbecue
Of course
pit.
they did. They thought of every
So
possible
well.
thing, y'all. Now that chest in between those two chairs, it's made out of paper mache. The inlay is mother of pearl. And it's a tea chest. We know it's a tea chest
Paper
because it
mache.
has that little lock right there on the front. Because tea was another import, so it was super expensive. So I don't know, let's say Miss Sterling had some guests over, she wanted to impress her company. She would unlock the chest, give a little block to a slave boy or girl. They go off, make the tea, bring it back, she'd lock it back up, and she can enjoy a lovely cup of tea with her company.
Wow.
But if she did not offer you tea, then you were being snubbed in public. Yeah, that's how important tea was. I mean, she had the money, but she was very petty.
Yeah, kind of like, can you believe she didn't even offer her tea? She's trash.
I know, but could you imagine the gossip?
She
Like,
didn't even give me nothing to drink. I was thirsty.
so that desk right there, it's beautiful but super tiny, right?
Yeah.
It's a full-grown woman's writing desk. Like somebody can sit in that chair comfortably. I don't know how, but and then the gloves you see up top would come up to a lady's
Very
elbows.
small women.
So, yeah, I was about to say, if you want to put your hand up there for comparison, it stops like 3/4 away on mine.
Like right here.
Yeah, exactly. It's really small, so like, I don't think I'm getting my fingers past the wrist part. But we're gonna head into the gentleman's parlor,
Dainty.
and as you see, these pocket sliding doors.
Love that.
Yeah, yes, y'all, this is where they found Chloe. She was kneeling about, like right there. She thought it was a normal day. She had no idea what was in store
When
for
they
her,
shut
so.
the doors, it's time to talk business.
Oh,
Man
yes.
business.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a glass of scotch, you know,
I was about to say, there's your whiskey right there. You got your ashtray and
smoking,
everything, so
smoke cigars.
they're all set. So y'all remember about that murder that I told you that occurred on the 17th step? Well, it takes place in this room.
Wow.
Get ready. Like I said, it's a good one. The Sterlings had a daughter, her name was Sarah. And not to be confused with Sarah Matilda, the girl who ate the cake. Different time period. She marries a man named William Winter. He's an attorney, new Illinois at the time. And one day he's tutoring his son Francis, who's about 11 years old.
She's
When a gentleman comes riding up on horseback through the front lawn and stops outside these two doors. And he is yelling. Gentlemen in need of
the
an
family
attorney.
Bible.
Now you can imagine being the attorney that Mr. William Winters is. Can't pass up on a business opportunity. I know. It's like, I am attorney. He goes out those doors and he's like, I'm an attorney. What do you